Hey everybody, Phil TheIssuesGuy, back again to talk about another trailer. Today we got the second full trailer for Batman vs. Superman, and since I talked about the teaser a couple days ago, I figured I'm bound by law to come out here and talk about this one as well. So here we go, let's take a look.
That's him right there. There he is. Let's get a shot.
Who's that?
You must
Alfred.
be new. That is Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne, star of such films as Jersey
Mr.
Girl
Wayne.
and Geely.
Clark Kent, Daily Planet.
What's your position on the Bat Vigilante in Gotham?
Okay, goosebumps on that one. Definite goosebumps.
Civil
on that
liberties
one.
are being
Smile.
trampled on in your city. People living in fear. He thinks he's above the law.
The Daily Planet criticizing those who think they're above the law is a little hypocritical. What'd you say? Considering
You
every
big
time your
blue
hero
Boy
saves a
Scout.
cat out of a tree, you read a puff piece editorial about an alien who could burn the whole place down.
Freaking alien.
Most of the world doesn't share your opinion, Mr. Wayne.
Maybe it's Gotham City.
People
and me.
like your stupid ass.
Have a bad history with freaks dressed like clowns.
Boys,
What?
Bruce Wayne meets Clark Kent.
Who's that?
I love it. I love bringing people together. How are we?
Lex.
Hi, hello, Lex. It is a pleasure. Ow! Wow, that is a good grip. You should not pick a fight with this person.
Oh, this trailer got 33% more annoying.
You know the oldest lie in America, Senator? That power
Okay, you
can
guys
be
can stop
innocent.
now. You can stop now.
You're gonna go to war. Fuck, that son of a bitch brought the war to us.
This looks good, but stop.
You know you can't win this.
I see the whole movie.
It's suicide.
The greatest gladiator match in the history of the world.
Shit.
Son of Krypton versus Bat of Gotham.
You're psychotic.
That is a three-syllable word for any thought too big for little minds.
Okay, Lex was kind of creepy in that scene.
It's time you learn what it means to be a man.
Stay down. If I wanted it, you'd be dead
I
already.
believe that. Play with Superman as a
Man
villain. I
won't
like
kill
that
God.
shit.
Come here, you son of a bitch. The devil will do it.
Let's go.
What have you done?
You unleash the Ninja Turtle! No! Death. Well, what could happen? They can't be dead. She just shows up right then.
She with you?
I thought she was with you.
Okay, that's good. I know the whole movie now. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. But I know exactly what fucking happens! I have mixed feelings about this. As you know, the other night I came out here and I was really, really excited to talk about that little snippet that they gave us that was mixed in here of Superman coming in and Batman's hanging up in the Nightmare Batman uniform, and it just gets shit your pants sort of stuff. I was really excited. You got the guys bowing down to Superman. That was really interesting to me. A lot of cool stuff in the trailer we got because it didn't really tell me anything. Right now, from this trailer, unless they're really trying to deceive us in some ways, it's easy to just predict the entire film from that trailer. Batman and Superman have a problem because of the stuff that Superman did. They interact with each other and talk to each other as Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne. They have a little bit of a disagreement. They eventually comes to a head where the two of them fight each other because of manipulating Lex Luthor that sets the situation up. Maybe that doesn't work. Maybe it does work, which Luthor then goes and uncovers Zod and uses either DNA from Zod or with Superman, who knows how it's exactly going to work, in some of the Kryptonian gear that's left over from the Zod and Superman fight. They're gonna all fuck around with all that, yada 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 yada, which is gonna create Doomsday right at the end when Superman and Batman decide we can't fight, or right when the fight's about to come to completion. Doomsday's gonna show up to fuck everybody up. And then once Doomsday is about to knock the shit down, Wonder Woman just shows up, has been around for every way, and blocks the shit with her magic shield, and then the three of them defeat the bad guy. end of story, decide to form a Justice League of some sort. That's going to be the whole movie. I know the whole movie from the goddamn trailer. What I liked about the Star Wars trailers that we've gotten so far, and what I liked about the teaser trailer, and even some of the stuff that we've seen for this movie, it's hinting at it. It's an actual trailer, making things exciting for me to see what is coming, not just give it all to me in a fucking spoon. I'm going to hold judgment because theoretically, this could all just be a red herring. The movie could be something completely else, but I don't think so. It just seems that. I'm happy that they're doing Doomsday in a movie. I think it could be interesting, setting up any person or anything that could actually defeat Superman. It sets up some drama where Superman's a tough thing to get drama. And a lot of the stuff we see in that trailer where Batman's wrestling with him, throwing him around, it makes me think that Superman must be holding back, or Batman has some kryptonite sort of tech going on to even the fields of the fight. So that could create some drama, but ultimately, you know, Batman's probably not going to be able to kill Superman. That's not going to happen. I mean, when you see them rolling around like that fighting, I wonder what the evening force that Batman has to use in that situation. Because it can't just be that big metal suit. Superman could rip right the fuck through that metal suit. Unless he has Oliver Queen on loan from the CW standing somewhere with a kryptonite arrow and firing it inside Superman's chest to weaken him. But I don't think that's happening in this one. I don't think we're gonna get any Green Arrow stuff going on anywhere. So it's going to be fun to see how the fight evens off and how Batman actually can stand a chance. But it's Batman. He has to have a plan. He has to have some way to fight Superman. And we don't get into any of that in this trailer, but we get into almost everything else. We see... I mean, there's some other things we didn't see. We didn't see anything to do with Cyborg or Aquaman at all in this trailer, which I would have liked to maybe see. If they're showing everything else, give us a flash of Aquaman. Give us a shot of Khal Drogo under the sea. Under the sea, under the sea, I met my Khaleesi under the sea. But all in all, looking at this trailer, I don't think the movie's going to be a dud, but I do think that they're giving away too much of it up front. It seems like it does have an interesting sense of humor to it. That is something that sometimes DC movies definitely lack. So it's going to be cool to see how funny it is, how much verbal interactions we get with Superman and Batman and Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent. I also love the dynamic that got messed around a lot in The World's Finest comic and cartoon movie, the dynamic between Lex Luthor and Bruce Wayne. I think that is very interesting because they're both very rich, very entitled, very smart individuals without powers. So it's fun to watch the two of them interact. Also, like the reference to the Joker we get in the movie. I love everything that we're seeing with Batman so far, and I can see why people in Warner Brothers are really excited about this setup of Batman. I'm curious to get more into his world since this is a completely new character and we have a whole trilogy of movies to look forward to in this world. I'm starting to warm up a little bit on the Ben Affleck. He still takes me out a little bit just because I have, and it's in me and it's in all of us. He injured us with some horrible movies and some horrible performances. And I'm not saying he is a horrible performer or a horrible actor. I think he's a very talented guy. He's obviously an exceptional director, and he can be a good actor when he wants to be. It's just hard for me to separate some of my preconceived notions about him and everything that we went through with Ben Affleck to get to this point. Granted, he could shut me up in the first 5 minutes of the movies. There's things he could do, and there's things he has done in these trailers, certain moments that we see his face, certain reaction here and there, that you can see he's acting in a way he never has before. He's truly embracing this role. His face, we see it again in this shot, his face when he's hugging that girl in the city when Superman and Zod are destroying everything. Some of the look that he gives Clark Kent at the beginning of that trailer, and just all the little subtle touches like that, his voice, I think everything like that's working. The only thing I'm afraid of, again, is my own personal biases. Some people may be weirded out by the Doomsday thing, and it's seemingly in the trailer that Lex Luthor is using Zod, which Doomsday is actually not made from Zod in the comics. I'm okay with that as long as it's Kryptonian and it makes sense to the plot. I can see how some people might get upset about that, but if it makes sense to the plot, I can understand that. And I also hope that Doomsday just doesn't show up at the end of this in a sense for just something for our three heroes to destroy, but it does look like that's the direction it is heading into. I hope this doesn't just feel like a setup movie. I hope they really dive into those psychological things that I was really eager and anticipating and really hopeful for after seeing the last teaser trailer. And when they kept things very, very subtle. I want them to mess around even more with the perception of Superman and the way Batman is on the front lines, or one of the only people that's saying these things, or Bruce Wayne saying these things poorly about, oh, this Boy Scout, you're just writing fluff pieces, propaganda pieces about this giant Boy Scout in blue. That can't be the real case. He's an alien. He's a danger to us all. I like all of that. Cavill's performance of Clark Kent so far in Superman is really good. I didn't like Man of Steel, but he was never the problem. He is really good casting in Superman. I am very, very, very apprehensive, even more so apprehensive of Lex Luthor than I am of Ben Affleck playing Batman. Jesse Eisenberg did not do anything in these trailers to make me excited for his performance. If anything, it fulfilled a lot of my fears about the kind of character he'd be playing. And I know he's supposed to be playing a younger Luthor and all of that. And I'd like to see a couple more of the evil switches inside of his mind. But I have a feeling it's just going to be a lot of blah, 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 blah. And I don't mind them casting young for Luthor. I just think they could have done a better job with casting, personally. That's me. I know they wanted someone funny. They wanted someone quick-witted. They wanted somebody that can play evil genius really well. So probably the casting director just saw Social Network and was like, this guy's perfect. I'll hold judgment for it, but this trailer did not excite me for that. So, like I said, all in all, I'm not quite as excited as I was 2 days ago with the quick teaser trailer. I feel like in some of these movies it's better to keep it like that because we're in such an overreactive state that even myself right now, I'm overreacting about this trailer. I'm like, I've seen everything in the movie. I don't give a shit about this anymore. Fuck this movie, blah, 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 blah. I mean, I'm not quite that far, but I see a lot of that today. And if you keep things simple, keep things trailers, you get people into the seats, you let them discover what the movie is when they're there. I get why they're doing this. People want it now. They want to know what they're in for. They want to know what they're paying for. So they kind of give you the whole thing. They're really trying to sell this. The landscape is littered with all of these superhero movies, all these other action movies that are coming out. So they need to really put themselves out there. Whereas something like Star Wars can just basically straight up sell in the name, and they don't have to give you anything about what's happening in the plot. And some of these Marvel movies, even when we're getting to this point, I think some of them are showing you too much in the trailers, but others aren't because they can sell off of the franchise name. With Warner Brothers, DC, and Batman vs. Superman leading into the Justice League, they're really trying to create something completely new here. So it makes it difficult not to try to oversell because they want to make sure they have butts in the seats because they're trying to build a whole epic world, not just a movie franchise. They're trying to build a whole universe and play catch up on it as well. So it's going to be fun to see how this movie pans out and how the DC universe keeps progressing. If you haven't already, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't done that already. Share your thoughts on this trailer or any of the information that's come out so far about Batman vs. Superman. What has you most excited? What has you most nervous? Did anything about this trailer kind of put you off? Did anything about this trailer or the last one really send you into orbit of excitement about this movie? I will talk to you next time. Thank you so much.